Hello Aries, or welcome to Timsy's Naked Tarot. Don't worry, Timsy is not naked, the tarot read is naked, by which I mean I strip out as much astrology as I can by using this plain deck to bring in the star sign or type of star sign of the person we are doing the read about. It is a general read, it may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. Sometimes they just don't resonate. Maybe next week's one will. I'm not following any sort of cycle. So yeah, next ones might resonate with you if this one's not. Okay, we are doing a read on the Eight of Swords, which came out for the last All Signs overview I done for everyone, but yours was the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is generally sort of a little bit of overthinking, but being sort of trapped within that overthinking. It doesn't matter sort of where you go with this thinking, you keep coming back to the same kind of thoughts on things. I just also like to point out now, before we go any further with the read, as I was prepping for this read, the carpenters close to you popped into my head. Okay, I've just been humming it pretty much since getting prepped for this read. Right, so we have got a Fool to go with that Eight of Swords. Someone's wanting a new start. Someone's willing to take a leap of faith. Oh, by the way, you are dealing with a Cancerian. Okay, the King of Hearts is a Cancerian, Aries. So this is for your Cancerian in your life. Well, kind of. It's not really for them, because what we are doing on this is what energies you are faced with this week, and that is the Eight of Swords. So we got the Fool. We've also got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is knowing the truth, but not doing anything about it. Okay, but there is an urge to do something about it with that Fool. Okay, and this could be the Cancerian knowing the truth and not doing anything about it, but wanting to. It's probably why that Eight of Swords is there. They know the truth. They're not doing anything about it. They want to do something about it, but they're not doing anything about it. But they know the truth. There you go. Round and round. Eight of Swords. Okay. Or it could be you, Aries. You could be the one in the Eight of Swords. I don't know. Right. The first card we are going to pull out is the energies around you, Aries. Okay. You may know these energies. You may be in tune in with these energies, but you may not be. So we are going to have a look at what is currently coursing around you. Then we are going to have a look at what is coursing around this Cancerian of yours. And then the next card down in the bottom left corner will be how you two are connected, like a bridging energy, if you will. Okay, and then possibly I would just throw some universe cards over the top to, I don't know, advice for you, or where the universe thinks it's all going to go. Okay, so we'll also have one off the bottom of the deck, which is the overall energy of this read, the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is hanging on to something long past its best. Okay, or it could be saving for the sake of saving, greed. It could be some sort of settlement after a bit of a life change, some sort of news, new job, new house, new child, anything like that. I don't know. Right. The Sun, so the energies around you is happiness, joy, security, or possibly with the Eight of Swords, the Fool, and the Queen of Swords, the want to reveal a truth to someone. Okay, right. The energies around your Cancerian is the Death card. Something has died within your Cancerian, and something is being reborn. Well, this could be anything. Perhaps they've jacked in their job and got a new one. Okay, that Four of Pentacles. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps they unconditionally loved you, but nothing's really bore fruit from that, so they don't anymore, and they're moving on with their life. They're got back on their horse. They see that the love, the passion, the dream is dead, and they are moving on to something else. It could be, I don't know, the house move. I'm kind of feeling that the Cancerian might be in the Four of Pentacles more than you, Aries. Okay, what's sort of like this bridging energy is a tower. Okay, it's the house move. The tower would represent the house move, especially if it was a forced house move for some reason. Perhaps they couldn't pay the rent or the mortgage and they've had to sell up and get something smaller or move to a less desirable part of the town, country, city, world they live in. It could be anything at this point. We've not got clarifiers out yet, but there is something which is shaking up life, shall we say. Big changes. This isn't a little change, and this won't be a little truth coming out, being revealed. It's big. Okay, it's going to change the way people think, the way people act, the way people do things. Okay, so there we go. That was quick. Let's just have a look then. We have got the Seven of Swords. Okay, we have got the Page of Wands. We have got the Death card. And we have got Judgment. Okay, Aries. So the energies around you: happiness, joy. Yeah, the sun. Everything the sun gives you: security, revealing the truth. You can't hide things from the sun. Okay, yes, the sun casts shadows, but not good enough to hide in. Even if you hide in those shadows, it's still casting enough light around those shadows for you to be seen. Okay, I will just point out that Cancer this week, because we are dealing with a Cancer, had the Ace of Swords, a clarifying new truth. Okay, or a clarifying truth, a clarifying new beginning. And now that Ace of Swords with this Seven of Swords would make an Eight of Swords. Just wanting to point that out. Okay. Also, if you take the Ace of Swords away from the Eight of Swords, which is your card, and give it to the Cancer for their card, you're left with Seven Swords. Okay, the maths works both ways, surprisingly. So the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is some sort of deception. Okay, it's stealing, it's deception, it's changing tactics, but I don't think it's a good change in tactics. On other depictions of this card, it would be someone stealing away from a battle scene with swords. Okay, if there are people at the battle encampment haven't got the swords, well, that's a good tactic, isn't it? We've taken your swords away, you can't fight us. And if you want to fight us, you probably won't defeat us because we've now just nicked your swords. And that's where all the sort of theft and treachery and stealing comes from the Seven of Swords. It can be other things, but generally it boils down to that. Could be lying. Someone has been lying about something. You, actually, Aries, have been lying about something. This is the energy around you. There could be people around you lying. It could be you lying. The Page of Wands. The minor arcana of the Fool, what we saw in the cup. The Page of Wands is an energy of a youth. This would be sort of implying that maybe you're the younger person in this read, Aries. It is also the energy of childhood innocence. It's the energy of grabbing hold of any opportunity what comes your way to advance yourself further and worry about the consequences later. I don't know. We got the Death card coming out as well. Something has died. I feel that this childhood innocence has died. This urge to just act now and pay the consequences later is the thing that has died. The Death also indicates rebirth. Okay, and rebirth is the Judgment, a want for a chance to do something again, or as this is the energies around you, the energies are ripe for you to try something again if you want to. Obviously, we all have free will. We can get in the way of these reads or the universe's plans quite comfortably. The other thing the Death in this tells me is this energy is all linked to the Cancerian. Okay, possibly news from whatever the Cancerian is doing is making you think, well, perhaps I shouldn't just jump in feet first and see if I can swim. Perhaps I should learn to swim before I dive into the deep end. Okay, and it could be the Cancerian who is the second chance. You might have a second chance with this Cancerian. We haven't clarified theirs yet, so we'll have a look in a second. What we have got, is crossing this, is a Four of Cups. Now, this Four of Cups is reeking of disappointment within yourself. It is dreaming, musing. There is something pushing you, and that is this Four of Cups. It's how can I best describe it? It's you're dreaming. The energies are making you dream of what could have been. With that Judgment there, you're reminiscing. You're reminiscing on what could have been. You're musing on how things could have been different if you done different choices. If you had been honest and not lying or deceptive. Okay. So let's see what is going on with the Cancerian's death. The energies around them change, basically. That's what it boils down to, change. The Ace of Pentacles, okay. They're having a nice, solid, founded start. The Emperor, the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. Okay. So, the Ace of Pentacles is a slow but gradual build-up of energy. Okay, something new is starting for them. Okay, I'm a Cancerian, so I can use this as an example. My YouTube channel, what you are currently watching, is suddenly going through a revival, is a good way of saying it. It's getting a lot more views than it has been over the last few months. It's getting a lot more subscribers. If you're thinking about subscribing, if you're new here, thank you very much. It's getting more comments. Generally speaking, it's being seen by more people. Now, I don't think this is the start of it. Okay, something I'd done to my channel, or possibly just some change in the algorithms on YouTube, it might not have been anything to do with me, is now allowing my videos to be seen by more. It's been shared out to more people. As it was something what happened in the past. That is the Ace of Pentacles. Quite often, the actual start of something you don't see. It's not until you see the results of that something. It's like an apple tree. Yeah. Let's say you've moved into a new place. The apple tree was already there. All you knew, you moved in during the springtime. It was just a tree. Okay. It's not until you see the apples forming on the tree that you realize it's an apple tree. It's the same sort of thing. The start happened. Cancer didn't notice it. Well, probably no one around Cancer noticed it. But it's now getting to the point of seeing where it's going. We can see the little fruit buds appearing on the apple tree. Oh, it's an apple tree. Well, I don't want to say it. That's you, Aries. It's your sign. It's your card from the tarot deck. But I don't know. It's possibly the energies around your Cancer is a new start with you, Aries. But either way round, if it's not that, if it is that, this new start is allowing this Cancerian to expand, to take control, to create an empire, if you will. Okay, we all have our own little mini empires. We are all rulers of our own world, so to speak. We are all co-creators of our universe. We put out intentions, we create things, we manifest things, and that's what this Emperor is doing. It's taking control of that. The energies around this Cancerian is allowing them to take control of that. They are in a very receptive and manifesting mood. Okay, they may not realize it. As I said, these might not be energies you feel. You might think that you're sweet, innocent, never lied to anyone, never decepted anyone. Your current life is going all funky-dory and you don't think of anything from the past. Okay? But on a subconscious soul level, perhaps you are thinking about things from the past. Perhaps you know you're not as sweet and innocent as you think you are. Basically, in the 5D, perhaps you're deceiving yourself with that Seven of Swords about how good everything is, about this Sun. Okay, the fact that the Sun is bookended by the Judgment kind of implies that the real sun is something to do with your past, not necessarily your current or your future. Let's get back to the Cancerians, though, in this read. Yes, they're leveling up. They're taking charge of things. They're grabbing hold of their life and shaking it into what they want it to be, instead of letting everyone else shake their tree and get their apples from it. The Three of Pentacles is a willingness to work, or yes, a willingness to work with other people. Okay, not being so independent, not being so what's the right word, isolating themselves. They want to work with things, with other people. They're actually wanting to go out and socialize in the work life and socialize generally. The Three of Cups is all about being social. It's a card of communication. They want to communicate. Okay, or the energies around them are trying to communicate with them. Perhaps your Cancerian is seeing signs. If they interpret the signs, that's a totally different matter. But perhaps they're seeing signs and things, and perhaps the universe is trying to communicate to them about certain things. I don't know. Let's take this whole Four of Pentacles, and your job has changed. You've been fired and you're now looking for a new job. Okay, and you're thinking about going back to somewhere in the past where you've worked in the past. Now, the universe might be giving Cancer signs about this, showing them fish and chip shops all the time. Perhaps you worked in a fish and chip shop. I don't know. So that is that. Crossing all the Cancerians' energy is the Moon, which is actually, it's a Pisces card, but the Moon rules Cancer. Okay, so it is kind of like Cancer is in control with that Emperor, the Moon. It is also the opposite to the Sun. The Cancerian's the one left in the dark. Okay, the Sun's revealing truths left, right, and centre, but I don't know, it's still nighttime where Cancer is. That sunlight hasn't quite made it to them. It could be an indication that you are on opposite sides of the planet from this Cancerian, and how they might be interacting with you, which we will find out down here in the Tower. Or it could be just the fact that they are literally just left in the dark. You're not communicating with them, Aries. You haven't told them that you have changed your job, moved your house, got pregnant, got a new partner, whatever it may be. But they are getting signs for it, okay, from that Three of Cups, and now this card here, the Moon, that the intuition is saying something's going on. I can feel something in the ether. I have no idea what it is. Okay, so let's see what the Tower is all about. Okay, we'll have that one, and then I fancy some more shuffles for it, actually. So this energy is what is connecting you and this Cancerian. Oh, the Nine of Wands. Being defensive. Being defensive about what? A huge start. Okay, this isn't just a new start. This isn't just something happening. It's a completion. Okay, something has been completed. The Hierophant and the Five of Wands. Okay, so the Tower. As I said, this is whatever might be coming out, whatever the Sun might be revealing, this truth, this deceit, whatever it might be, your willingness to jump into a new situation, the death of an old situation and a new thing growing in its place, something to do with the past, their new beginning, their taking control of things, their willingness to communicate and work has radically shaken foundations left, right, and centre. Who would have thought Cancer would come out of their shell? Who would have thought Aries would actually take stock of their life and look in on the past and say, maybe that was better? Okay. It's changing. It's just, literally, it's the changes going on in both yours and your Cancerian's life at the moment are radical, big changes. It's not just like, oh, I've changed the style of my haircut. I've decided to wear shoes instead of trainers or sneakers if you're in America. It's something really big. It's like house moves, it's like new jobs, it's like everything I said about this Four of Pentacles down there mixed up with all the other cards here. Okay, right, so how this is connecting, there is defensiveness. Okay, there's probably defensiveness from both sides. They're having a new start. There is deceit, lying, and a change of tactics, a change of situations, if you will, up at the top there. Possibly, Aries, you're being defensive about these changes and you are not wanting anyone to know or something like that. They're being defensive about their new start. Things are starting to look good. My YouTube channel is starting to get more viewers and things. I don't want to jeopardize that in any way, shape or form. Okay, I'm using that as an example. I'm not saying that's what the energy is, but the Nine of Wands, you're both being defensive about your things up there. The World's coming out. This is a huge card. It's not just a flash in the pan. It's not just it's a new start. Let's go on to the Hierophant. Let's take a little bit of time to pick this apart. This comes after the Judgment, 2021. Okay, if you get past Judgment, you go to the World. So this is saying someone in this situation has leveled up. They've got past Judgment. They've learned a universe lesson. And that's the first thing our world is saying. The second thing our world is saying is there is a completion of a cycle. If you're a little bit confused about what a cycle is, let's take this for example. You meet someone, you fall in love with someone, you fall out of love with someone, you go separate ways. And that's kind of like the cycle. You meet someone else, you will fall in love with someone else. They might fall out of love with you and you go your separate ways. And then you might meet the first person you met years down the line and you start that cycle again. Now the whole cycle is from when you met the first person to when you meet them again the second time. There's lots of mini cycles in between. Things like Four of Wands. But this is a big cycle. This is the end of a cycle and obviously the beginning of a new cycle. The last thing the World is a reward. Okay, you will be getting some rewards. The Cancerians are getting their rewards. They're getting the opportunity to take control of their situation. Oh, by the way, the Emperor there will be indicating someone who's much older, much more mature in whatever sense of the word you want to take that is. They might be the same age as you, but they just act a lot older. Okay, something like that. Okay, because we have a page there and an Emperor here. That would be like a child going to an adult and then trying to advise them on what to do. Yeah, it don't work. Here's the Emperor's advisor. Look, it's the Hierophant. It's the Guru. Oh yeah, the rewards. The Emperor's getting, or the Cancer's getting what they want. Okay, they're getting rewarded. They're grabbing hold of their life and shaping it into what they want to be. Yeah, your rewards, don't know, not so good. I think Cancer's coming off better in this read. Sorry, okay, I am a little bit biased. I am a Cancer, but you got a page. You're being young, immature, naive to a certain extent. So your rewards are going to be reflecting in that way. I'm literally going straight down that line there because, well, that's the way it's going. The colours kind of match out. It's a dark green, but it's still a green, where yours is like a yellowy mustardy colour. Yellowy mustardy colour is a colour of communication. You've got yellowy mustardy colour there, communication. Okay, so yeah, you're getting rewarded. You're probably the one leveling up, but your rewards are smaller because you are not opening up fully to what the universe wants you to open up to. Okay, the Hierophant here. Now, there's a bit of spiritual learning. That could be what is dying within you and what is being reborn. Your old ways of thinking are dying and your new ways of thinking, learning spiritually, are being born. It is as I said, the spiritual advisor to the Emperor. So it implies secrets. The Emperor would keep secrets or give secrets to the Hierophant. tell the Hierophant its plans. Okay, its plans on expanding. Well, we're going to go in and invade the Gauls. There you go, I can use that because they don't exist anymore, so I'm not offending anyone. Okay, Roman Emperor, we're going to invade the Gauls, and after we've invaded the Gauls, we're going to invade those Druids in Britannia. Okay, or Albion, which it was probably called way back when. But the Hierophant knows, it's kept in the loop. It is somehow saying the Emperor's kept in the loop. There is a secret, but the Emperor kind of knows about it and has confided in the Hierophant, whatever that secret may be. And on this particular one, we're going straight up on a diagonal. Look, what was this? Oh yeah, deception, lying, keeping secrets. Okay, so that's going down that one. The Emperor does know about it. It is told the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant in turn will go and tell the High Priestess, and then that'll probably get back to the Empress, which will be the opposite to the feminine energies to the Emperor. Now this is going to create a conflict. There will be conflict between you. Now this conflict could be just the universe testing you both to see if you have truly learnt your lessons, or if you're going to slip back into old ways as soon as the old ways are offered to you. Yeah, perhaps. No, again, I'm sorry to paint you in a bad picture here, but perhaps you used to steal, okay? And you've got out of that habit of stealing things. It might not be big things. It might be just nick someone's lighter, okay? Take a few cigarettes out of someone's packet. Not because you need them, just because it was there and it was, well, give me another couple, yeah? And this could be a test to see if you go back to it. You might see that a purse or a wallet is left open and there's a 50 hanging out of it. Will they notice that? They could have fallen out anywhere, especially if they're careless enough to leave it on the worktop. For the Cancerians here, perhaps they keep starting things and don't actually finish things. And perhaps this conflict is going to be giving them something. This testing will be, well, here's another opportunity for you to start something, Cancer. Are you going to take it, or are you going to concentrate on finishing what you have been working on, this project with other people? Crossing it all is the choice. Well, not the choice, that would be the Lovers. It's a choice. It's a crossroads. You're at this point. Yeah, you're not quite getting rewarded yet by this world. It's testing you one last time. Okay, this is the choice you have to make. Do I start a new thing yet again? Do I steal that 50 out of someone's purse? Okay. So let's see what the universe is going to want to tell us about this. What should we go for? Should we go for advice or just... I don't know. What do you think, universe? Tell us what you think about all this situation going on. Right. Oh shit, as if by magic. I talked about that. I would literally shit myself if an Empress turns out in this little bit as well. Right, okay. So the High Priestess, the divine counterpart to the Hierophant. The one the Hierophant goes and confides in. She is a spiritual link between the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, and the real world. Okay? She might not be, but that's what she's said to be. And there we go. There's some cards spitting out all over the place. So, can't see any Empress yet. We are talking about using our intuition, okay, with the High Priestess. But there is a secret in the way. The universe is saying, well, what I think, Simon, is about all this is if someone comes clean with their secret and comes in to communicate, whoever has the secret, if they come in and communicate and tell them, the knights, we've got two knights here and they both take action, okay? All the knights take action. If they come in and they tell the truth, and strangely enough, yeah, underneath that 7 of Swords, it came out. Come in, tell the truth. It might surprise you what will happen, okay? The 9 of Pentacles, becoming free and independent. It could be a card of retirement, if you will. The Eight of Pentacles, what comes before this is your working life. Once you've earned enough money to live on that, instead of having to work for it, you can retire. Now, retirement you can do at any age. You don't have to be a certain age to retire. You just need the money not to work anymore, and you retire. So it could be like that. It could be freedom and independence from another person. Perhaps you're trying to get, the universe is trying to say, perhaps you're getting freedom and independence from the Emperor down here, Aries. Perhaps you don't want to be or have anything to do with this Emperor of a Cancer. Perhaps it's you're getting freedom of the old ways of jumping in and then seeing where the currents take you. It could be freedom and independence for the Cancer. Perhaps they're just like given up on you, Aries, or perhaps they've retired, or perhaps they've won the jackpot and they don't have to work. It is another meaning of the Nine of Pentacles, winning a jackpot, a windfall. And funny enough, that takes us back to apples on trees, doesn't it? Because that's what you normally get windfall from. The Five of Swords, there is an element of self-sabotaging. The universe is saying there, this is an element of whoever's meant to come in with this truth probably won't. And what will they sabotage? Their future love. Okay? Because that's what the Knight of Cups is. The Knight of Cups, again, is taking action on love. Is wanting to come in and express to someone how they feel and what they want from the future. Well, what do we want from the future? Underneath that, from the Cancer side is, well, they want from the future communication. Okay? Group bonding, social networking, and the like. But it is communication. It can be seen as third parties, but that is just because normally that's the kind of communication what goes with group bonding, social networking, and the like. You need more than one for all that. You need more than two. It's a group, okay? Group communication. And from your side, it's something from your past. You want to go back to something. What you currently have is not the future you thought it was going to be. But there's this big sabotagement card in here, this big Five of Swords, this big shoot myself in the foot. Now, this could come from the Cancer side. This could come from your side. The universe ain't really clearing that very up very well. Crossing this is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is being left out in the cold. Okay. Now, perhaps they're trying to get freedom and independence. Perhaps you're trying to get freedom and independence from this energy, this being left out in the cold. Perhaps you're trying to get, well, perhaps you've just won some money, and well, it does kind of isolate you. Yeah, all of a sudden you don't really know who your friends are and who they're not. You suddenly get, if you win a big lot of money, you'll get all sorts of people coming out of the woodwork, claiming to be your friends, claiming that they're going to be doing right by you, this, that, and the other. And all they're really after is your money. You get left out in the cold. You become a cash cow. Okay? You're not really sure if people are showing you love because they really love you, or if they're showing you love just because you have an amazing amount of zeros at the end of your bank balance. So it is kind of like that energy as well. But with the Five of Swords here and the Five of Pentacles, it's kind of saying perhaps you have actually in the past shot yourself in the foot, which put you out in the cold, or perhaps you sabotaged someone else and put them out in the cold, which is now coming to an end, and from the other side of the coin, wanting to be worked on with something. Okay, so we'll just put that that crossing card on. Crossing that Five of Pentacles is communication. The Eight of Wands, communication coming out of nowhere and basically allowing things to move forward. That is your read, Aries. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it does, that is fantastic. If it doesn't, don't worry. You probably got on already. But if you are still here, I suggest you share this out, because you're probably being used as a divine messenger. And next week's one may resonate with you. I'm not following any sort of cycle. Okay. I'd just like to say thank you for any of you who have subscribed to my channel. And any of you who are going to be subscribing to my channel from this particular video, it means a lot to me. It helps my channel grow. And we've talked about my channel growing in this particular read. I would also like to say thank you to anyone who's liked this video or any of my videos in the past. It also means a lot to me. But what gives me a nice warm fuzzy feeling is just someone leaving a comment, even if it's just a quick thumbs up or that resonated with me, Simon, because it makes me feel good, because it makes me feel like I've helped someone. Okay, so that is it. Hope you all have a wonderful week, Aries. Hope you all tune in next week for your reading, and I will catch you all soon.